All right, for this backpacking today, we're going to switch it up a little bit, and we're going to talk about some movies while we're celebrating Black History Month. So, stick around, run that intro. Cajun wine, Red Leo, but you can call me Cajun. Back again with another video, man. Welcome back to the channel, Cajun's Blerd. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button right now. Your man is on the road to 250 subscribers. I'm gonna do something for that. Transformers video or something. I'm gonna do something for that. Oh yeah, and the jacket doesn't have the pins on it. I'm going to get it, send it to my mother-in-law. I'm going to have her stitch some things on here and have it upgraded for you guys. So stick around. If you follow me on Twitter, you already know this already. Alright, these superheroes that I'm about to introduce to you guys pretty much are the foundation, we can say, just like America, built the foundation of a universe and a litany of things that we have today and we kind of take for granted. First on the list, we got Kazam! Released July 17th, 1996, making this movie 27 years old, starring Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq Diesel, Superman himself. Kazam's not to be confused with Shazam, starring Sinbad. Even though they tried to say this movie didn't exist, I mean, here we go, I have evidence of it's kind of saying that. And it was one of those Mandela type things, people saying that this movie didn't happen, even him himself. But here we go, I have this picture showing it that he was a genie, he played a genie called Shazam. And they get him confused with Kazam. And most certainly not to be confused with DC's Shazam, because he doesn't need any more name beefs. We won't even get started talking on the Captain Marvel subject. He had a boombox as his lamp, and he busted rhymes or two, man. Back in this day, man, Shaq really was a big deal, man. He went into acting. He even tried to be a rap artist, and you've seen where that career went. Number 2 we have on the list is Steel. Released in 1997, making this movie 26 years old, starring Shaquille O'Neal again. This movie gives us our first live-action adaptation of a black superhero, to my knowledge, bringing DC's John Henry Irons to life. Too bad all the nice things I can say about this ends, because the 90s were a special era of movies, man. A real special era. It's almost like they put bad movies out on purpose. They was like, man, who's a comic book character that sucks right now that we can just throw out there? And the video games wasn't spared too, if anybody remember Mortal Kombat. Jax was in that one. Bonus. Number 3 on the list, we have Space Jam. Released in 1995, making this movie 28 years old, or it'll be 28 years old, starring the greatest in my generation and arguably of all times in the NBA, Michael Jordan. We got Bugs in them, the whole Looney Tunes squad and all that. This movie holds up to me visually. I mean, if you think back to Who Framed Roger Rabbit and just thinking how long this has been, and this is a time before CGI or before CGI was implemented the way that it is, man. And I still think this movie holds up along with Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Haven't watched the second Space Jam, so I won't speak on that. But let me know down in the comments what you think. And the villains in this movie, I just love the villains in this movie, man. Let me tell you. I love the whole concept of how they stole all the NBA players' powers or their abilities and used them to their own. And they had kind of a morphed up analog of what their characteristics were. Number 4 on this list, this one right here is a hood classic, Blank Man. Released in 1994, making this 29 years old, starring Damon Wayans. I don't remember a whole lot about this movie. He's basically a nerd, and he uses his smarts to figure out his problems like Batman and Spider-Man. And so he has like gadgets and all that. He even found a way to make a chemical solution to make his suit armor-proof. Just like Spider-Man, when Spider-Man used his smarts to make a chemical solution to make his Spider-Man webs. He even tried to get in a relationship with the police commissioner in his city. Good times. Number 5, coming in after that, we have Meteor Man. released in 1993, making this 30 years old, starring the legend Robert Townsend, Darth Vader, James Earl Jones, Martha Gibbs, Luther Vandross, Eddie Griffith, Don Cheadle, young Don Cheadle, and the list goes on. And I found out Marvel actually made a little mini-series or put a few issues out of this if you're interested. Number 6 on the list, we have Spawn, released August 1st, 1997, 26 years ago, starring the great Michael Jai White. If you don't know who this guy is, you need to know who this king is. This movie gets a lot of flack because, believe it or not, you know, the CGI was bad back in the 90s. I've already said that. Bad superhero movies, man. This kind of thing just was the norm back then.
But not this next one on the list.
We got Blerd. Released August 19th, 1998, 25 years ago, starring Wesley Snipes. I talked about this one in an earlier video. Go check it out. This movie trilogy, even though the last two I don't think did so hot, is the reason we are able to have this topic talked about right now. And I'm ready for them to bring this thing out in the MCU. Now, let me know if you guys remember any of these movies. Have you watched them? You know what I mean? What part did they play in your childhood or in your life somewhere? Make sure to follow me on social media. And until next time, be blessed, keep God in your life, stay prayed up in this crazy, crazy world. Cajun Wine and Red Leo. I'm out, baby.